Hey guys, so I am going to be doing a 24-hour stream of the TCC sets that have not been cast, and I'm going to do as many as possible. I've got some set aside that I'm guaranteed to do. Other than that, I'm going oldest to newest, full TCC casting. The only thing that there's a chance of us doing is some community games. If we reach 200 followers before 3/4 of the 24-hour stream is over, so about 18 hours in, I have set aside time to do 3 community games. So if you want to be a part of those community games, come check out my 24-hour stream on Twitch starting at 8 a.m. GMT Tuesday morning. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy the YouTube video. So this is Mycroft on Khmer versus Mercurial on Lithuanians in Langanetti. This is Monk, so this is some higher elo stuff. Monk bracket. We're seeing a dock in the middle for Mercurial, but a mill for Mycroft on the shorefish. So they're not really contesting one another. Again,
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised at the fact that players are putting their starting wood lines on the back and not on the gold. We do see one on Mercurial's side now, but there's still no gold chopping for Mycroft.
Yeah, so I'm not really surprised because what we're gonna see, I think, in this tournament in general, is the higher elo players are gonna play a lot safer than the lower elo players. We saw it in the champions bracket, but
Fair
these guys
enough.
are 1600, 1700. The wood line in the back is easier to wall, it's safer. You can see that it wasn't wood line, but oh, the scouts are now trapped. There's a scout
Oh
trap
yeah,
at the bottom. Look
yeah,
at that.
I see that.
That's 5 scouts. He hopped into the house, then went back.
Very well
Can't really
played.
kill that right now, but that's super well played.
That's very
But
well
look
played
at
by
the fish for
Mycroft.
Mercurial. He made 7
So
fishes.
many, yeah. That's gonna be a big food boost for
Oh no,
Mercurial.
but they're idle. Well,
He's
now.
trapping him now, but he was probably so focused on his rating.
Yep.
Have we not caught up to time yet? I thought they were like
no,
15
they're at
minutes
like
in.
20 minutes. They're gonna be at 21.
Yeah.
So scouts are free
Okay,
again.
they're at
Both players
24
are going
minutes.
up to. Yeah, they're going up to castle. I'm at 21 minutes.
You're at 21.
But I just see scouts hitting
Okay.
a house and a second TC for Mercurial on the gold/wood.
Let me know when you're at 24 minutes, because that's where I'm at.
24 flat.
24:10.
Okay. Yep, I'm there.
Okay, let's go.
Let's just go 1 time speed.
Yep, 1 time speed from here. So we've got the safe wood lines from both, like you said. We have light cav aggression, night aggression from Mercurial with light cav response. I think he just went light cav because he already had scouts out and just hit the upgrade. What are your thoughts on these Civ picks?
I don't love the way that Mycroft is played, because Mercurial, despite losing 2 villagers to scouts, just has these fishing ships working away. I'm not in love with fish traps on this map though, because like a couple of them can just be ranged by land units, and if there's ever like a couple of archers or a mangonel, you just lose all of them. So I don't think that's that strong. I don't see that yet though. I do like the light cap. You're expecting Lithuanians to want to go for a few monks to pick up relics.
Yep.
I think that's fine.
I would agree. Interestingly enough, Mycroft had a monk out, I believe, before Mercurial did. Oh no, Mercurial's already got one out and working. No relics collected yet, though. He's headed down now, I believe. Very interesting thing to note. Mycroft is still chopping through that wood. Mercurial is on his gold with a TC. With these knights in the back of Mycroft's base, I really like Mercurial's position. As soon as he gets that 1 relic in, that's +1 attack on how many knights? 10? That's effectively +10 attack to your army. I know that doesn't seem like math is mathin', but that's how math works. Oh, unless these light cav scout... Oh! His light cav was able to take out the monk. Another monk comes out of the monastery immediately, though, and he's going to be able to get that. But that is -100 for Mercurial. Now, I'd love to see... Go ahead.
Yeah. I think what Mercurial was doing really well, he's attacking in multiple spots. So he is keeping Mycroft busy. Mycroft wants to look at his own light gap. He has
Mhm.
to react on the gold in the north, has to react on the wood line, and then he just lost a couple of vills on the gold there. There's idle vills inside his DC, 15 idle villagers.
And he had to look
Like
back
you
at
said,
it,
he's
back
not
at
on the
his
gold.
eco, and he lost a light cab
Yeah.
to spears, and now he's lost 2, and now he's lost 3. And now,
Mm-hmm.
like, he's lost 4 light cab because he had to look at his
Yeah.
eco. This is beautifully played by Mercurial. Split. If you can't get a good engage, split your enemy's attention because you can only be looking at one place at once.
The other problem is Mycroft is going knight. He doesn't even have a barracks because he's Khmer. And he's going knights into a player with better eco that's also going knights. So he's
That
doing
already has
something that's
knights
heavy
too.
on the eco, and he just can't ever like do anything against the knights because he can't go for pikemen because he doesn't have barracks.
I think we're
So he
gonna
can't
see
catch up with the knights.
I think we're just gonna see a Lithuanian cav snowball because we've got
Yep.
one relic in the tank for the Lithuanian player going for a second. And with every relic, it becomes harder and harder for Mycroft to be able to contest with cav.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's just GG from this point. You can't really catch up as Khmer here. Unless you like do a pikeman switch and somehow stay alive. But look at the amount of villagers. That's 20
Yeah.
more eco for Mercurial. A lot of vills are idle. There's still 14 idle villagers in that TC. So like your eco's just so shit. You can't really do anything.
I was gonna say another thing to look at besides the knights is 78 to 55 villagers is just it's so
Mm-hmm.
much in Mercurial's favor. He's got the relic control. He's got the knights on the map. He's got the eco. It's just, I mean, maybe I don't know. I'm racking my brain trying to figure out what Mycroft can do. I mean, maybe like some mass monks to get some big conversions, but at that point, you're just using gold on monks that you could be using on counter knights, and he really needs some sort of counter like pikemen or camels, but like you said, he's Khmer. There's not even a barracks on the map.
Mm-hmm. The camel's not gonna work. Bergwin
Mm,
asked, was it Mercurial in the Vasco da Gama bracket? Yes. So we basically had 10 players between 1700 and 2000. Oh, and the knights are into the woodline, so those vills have to run. That's a disaster. Then we
yeah,
have P90, and then because that's a 10-player backup, Mercurial was the worst player in that 1700 group, so he's in this bracket. So he went from bottom seed last time in the highest bracket to top seed in the second bracket. But I think it's also
interesting.
nice for him to not get smashed again by Macy, Emu, T90, Dark with a C, etc. This is just GG. I think this game is
Yeah,
completely over. I'm just
Mercurial's
waiting for
literally
it.
right-clicked the TC with knights at this
Yeah,
point.
I know. So that's why we can talk about this.
Yeah,
Just snowballed with calf, which is Khmer. That's the thing. Khmer can really snowball, but if they get snowballed, they're just dead. Like you aren't
it's
Byzantines where you can go for pike switch and have 100 pikes.
yeah,
You
it's
aren't that
definitely
sort
a
of fish.
feast
You
or
just get
famine.
snowballed. Yeah.
I think something very interesting is we're seeing a forward siege workshop and a forward castle. Mercurial does not feel like he has this game in the bag. He is respecting his opponent, minus the fact that he's using one build to build the castle. But other than that, he doesn't see this game as over. The GG hasn't been called, and he is going to keep playing as if it was not the situation that it is. We see Mycroft trying to get back onto wood, but it's just he's dropping a new lumber camp. He's trying to get Bills back over to his protected line. It's just he can't get those vills out of his TC, and 26 idols with only 43. You've got half your eco idle, while he's got 100 vills working against you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there is no coming back on a map like this.
Look right now, if you press Alt F, you'll get the point of view for one of the players. Probably gray right now. But if you press Control and their number, so for example 5 for Teal, Teal is player 5, so press
Yes.
Control 5, you'll see Teal's, oh there is a GG, you'll see Teal's point of view. Look at how much he sees of like
Yeah.
Mycroft space. He sees everything.
Yeah.
It's GG. So now we do Alt S, or that switches them, sorry, Control Alt S, then you get the statistics.
Yep.
There's a
So
lot of hotkeys.
looking at this, It looks like Mercurial just had a better game. Obviously, we didn't see what happened early game to lead up to this point, but 25k to 15k resources, that's a pretty cut and dry story right there. Um, Something I find interesting is Mercurial only mined 590 stone, so he actually had to buy 100 stone to drop that castle that he was dropping. He didn't have that much relic gold, but that +1 attack really did just secure his position. And looking at the economy,
Economy.
economy, at
Yeah.
about between I want to say 13 and 14 minutes, Mercurial really secured himself as the leader in the economy, and it only snowballed from there. Looking at the military numbers, it looks like Mercurial also was more proactive with his military numbers throughout the entire game. And I would bet, if I was a betting man, that the beginning of this game started out with some really good military trades for Mercurial, which just helped him to snowball even more. Um, Definitely a great show from Mercurial for the first game of this set. I look forward to watching the next game from the beginning.
Yeah. And he's my, before you exit Capture Age, Mercurial is my big favorite in this bracket. What I want you to do is press escape, you're there already, go to casting, and then enable the scoreboard. You can do enable scoreboard. Yep, okay, and now you can put their names. You can put it as best of 3. You can put what bracket it is, whatever
Oh my
tournament stage
goodness.
or whatever text it is. We can do what T90 does.
You,
So, and
you,
then you can
oh.
click those little bubbles, and you can, instead of having 0, 0 on your screen, you can just set it to 1, 0 for Mercurial, and it will show up in the next game.
You guys, chat, you can't see my face right now, but I'm doing like a Wojak face. My mouth is wide open. I
Yeah,
didn't know I had this power. Oh,
yep,
we're both just showing how to turn on small trees. You guys,
yep.
do I do that in Capture Age or is that in
You can, if you have them in game, you go to settings, graphics, and then enable graphics mode. Yeah, you have that off right now. If you put
this
it
one?
on, it's the one. No, not enhanced graphics. That's the top one, the bottom one.
This one.
Yeah,
I've
and then you
done
have
it.
small. You have every single mod you use in game. So if you have
I've
the
done it.
fish, yeah, that's nice too.
Guys,
Okay,
I'm a real caster now.
yeah. And then if you want to go back to casting, you can even put in player's flag if you really want to. So if you look at their profiles and you see Netherlands, Belgium, then you put in Netherlands versus Belgium.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Very cool.
Hmm.
Um, awesome.
And if you want a pretty thumbnail, you press, if you, oh, you're not in the game anymore. Well, anyway, next
Sorry.
game, just at the start, press Alt O, and then all the menus are gone and you can take a pretty screenshot.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut out of that game so quickly. I just really
Yep.
wanted to get into the next match,
Yep.
since we missed so much of the first one. We're going into the game 2 for Mercurial and
Hmm.
Mycroft.
Let's just go to the first time again. And by the way, do you see the map already?
I did not.
It's Spiral.
It's Spiral! We are seeing Spiral today on the first day of
Hmm.
TCC. I'm
You have
very excited for
39
this.
seconds. There's a 39-second countdown. 36, 35,
Oh, oh,
34,
oh.
33, 32, 31, 30,
Our base, don't stress me out.
29,
Ah!
28, 27, 26. Hurry up.
Our base, I just defended you earlier saying you were nice, and now you're yelling at me in my own stream. I wouldn't have it anyway. Big trees is how game is supposed to be played. Beargwin, you know what? You're right. Everyone, turn off small trees. You're just ruining it. Uh, no, but I do think small trees is good, especially for casting, because like there's something behind a tree line you can't see. It's usually pretty important. Um,
You wanna learn something infuriating?
yes.
Emu, who was in chat earlier, is 2K. By the way, I know we're in the game.
Okay.
Emu is 2K. Um, plays with big trees, sometimes with huge trees. He doesn't have hotkeys for half of his stuff, and he plays really slow. He nearly beat, like a couple months ago, he nearly beat, was it Margugo or Chateau? It was one of the French players on Hideout.
Oh wow.
He had to search for the castle in the menu. And he's 2K Edo. It Wow.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So yeah,
Lore
let's
said,
do the
I thought that
instructions.
was paid only after seeing you having a manual overlay 11. Oh, that's so funny. Um, yeah, no, I'm planning on getting Capture H Pro for the rest of the tournament. I didn't think I would enjoy it this much, but I kind of love casting even more than playing now.
Mhm.
So getting to this game, this is one of those generations on Spiral where water is a thing. You have the wood and the water right next to your TC, so you can take wood, go on a fish boom, rock out, and this is one of the options for Spiral. Now, I remember you stating whenever we were talking about map choice for the tournament that Spiral is one of the ones where you think you can just play it like Arabia, but you miss out on the fish boom. Especially with a map generation like this, I think you're missing out a lot if you do not dock. The water's so close, it's literally in your face. There's no reason not to. What are you thinking right now, Arbase?
Yeah, what I think is that Mercurial took a risk and it didn't really pay off because Spiral you can have many different generations, and sometimes you're on this end, sometimes you're like behind the water,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're behind the wood line, and sometimes you're just almost next to those neutral berries.
Mm-hmm.
Mercurial picked Jaras and basically had to build a mill to make use of his stiff bonus,
Mm-hmm.
meaning he spent 100 wood on a mill. I don't think he's gonna dock, or if he does, it's gonna be very late.
Well, if you see, Mercurial is actually taking a straggler tree just to be able to drop a lumber camp. He does have 3 on wood currently. He's got a couple on berries, and of course, he's got the signature Gachara bacon farm. But we are also looking at extra on wood for Mycroft, and I do believe with that forward house, we have secured a dock position for Mycroft. Vietnamese versus Gajaros, we haven't really had a chance to talk about these Civ picks because we jumped right into the map generation. What are your thoughts on Vietnamese versus Gujaras?
I just like Vietnamese because you can do
Same.
anything. You can do archers, they're good. Cav archers, they're good. They have the extra XP as well. You even have decent cav. You're all fine. Um, so I just like them. The thing with the town center position, like people talk about, oh, that's a big bonus. This map is mirrored. Your
Yeah.
opponent's always going to be on exactly the opposite side, and it's the same on Fractal. It's the same on African Reedbed. It's even Golden Lakes has the tendency to just mirror your
There's
map.
very
So
few maps where
yeah,
the Vietnamese bonus would even come into play. I think
yeah.
Costa Mountain comes to mind as the most pertinent use for that, but I don't think Vietnamese are really a Costa Mountain civ.
So it's that's not that great, but the other bonuses are great. The economy is super good, especially if you have a couple of fishing ships. But even if you are on farms, you can get wheelbarrow very fast, and it doesn't really cost any wood. So yeah, I like it. What I don't like is the fact that there's only one villager on this shore face, because a normal scout would be able to snipe that, and even a camel scout can just snipe that villager that is not
Mm-hmm.
loomed right now.
Mm-hmm. Interesting thing to note, the Vietnamese player, which already wants more on wood anyways, is already on the dock, and that I think is going to be a make or break for Mycroft in this game. Mercurial not touching the water, especially on this map gen, worries me. And even if he does dock now, it's going to be so much later. Mycroft should have the advantage to get up faster and maybe hit an archer rush at a good timing. Um, I would
I don't
love.
know what Mercurial is counting on right now. He's going for a second lumber camp. He is up earlier, which is good, and obviously you are going to be up earlier if you don't go for the fish and you go
For
for the
sure,
mill
for
first,
sure.
etc. But then again, look at the eco difference. That's a 5 eco difference. It's not only villagers.
Yes,
And if you look at the resources collected, Mycroft already has more right now, despite the Kujara bonus with the sheep in the mill.
yes. I do think something interesting is as the game goes on, that trickle is not going to stop, but you are going to have to transfer over to fish traps. What I would have loved to see. Oh, interesting. We have a dock being
Okay.
dropped for Mercurial on the lake of Mycroft. Maybe he was trying to go faster feudal so that he could contest water. Um, that would also explain the extra on wood that he's just sent. But still, with the presence from Mycroft and the feudal timings, I don't know if this is smart from Mercurial because Mycroft could still just go archers and get in there on Mercurial's backline.
Mhm. I think this was always going to be the play. This is what I was expecting. But we talked about in the first set, the 1200 elo players, where they missed their timings a little bit, and the 2K players didn't miss their timings.
True.
This is a bit of a missed timing, because this dog has taken like 30 seconds to go up. So the first fire is just now coming out. It's only going to be one fire, because there's no mining camp yet. So it's just going to be one fire and scouts, and I think Mycroft, if he just doesn't just make a fire randomly, he's just going to be able to defend this.
For
Once he
sure.
sees the fire. Might lose one fishing ship, but he sees the dock now, so the first thing he's gonna click, 3, 2, 1, is his own fire galley.
And if he
If
doesn't click
actually
that
wants
fire
it.
galley, what is the what is
Where's the
this?
fire galley?
Click the fire. Mycroft. Mycroft,
He
the
did see
casters are
it.
always right. Please click the
He
button.
did see the dock. That's where some players are just, yeah.
Lori agrees with you about as soon as you that dock
Mhm.
should have been up for Mercurial right whenever he hit feudal, and that being
Okay.
late actually would have mattered if Mycroft had responded, but he just isn't clicking the fire galley. He's gonna lose the build to the scout potentially, but is definitely losing some fishing ships to that fire. And this was previously what I thought. We're seeing a demo from Mycroft.
Yeah, and a
Interesting.
demo's a mistake. He doesn't know that Mercurial is not a goal. As we see the quick wall. No,
Oh no!
the camel scout gets it.
The
That's
Camel
cheating.
Scout gets the villager, is going on the scout. We see two
Yeah.
spearmen for Mycroft, but this is just a catastrophe for Mycroft on water, in my opinion.
Oh no. And the demo is such a mistake because it doesn't kill the fire.
It doesn't kill
It
the
just damages
fire.
it. And he's not on gold yet. Well, he is now. So this
He
doesn't
lost
really do
3
anything.
fishing ships, a scout, and a villager, all for the price of one, and a demo. And he
Yeah.
got nothing for it. That is still a fishing or a fire ship that's alive. His scout is still moving around. Like, I went from thinking Mycroft was in such a good position on that water to Mercurial now being very safe in his eco, walling up and having water control on Mycroft's lake, still having his own lake to take and having a bit of map control as well. This is looking quite good for Mercurial going forward.
This is a 100 elo mistake. This
For
is
sure.
where the 100 elo difference shows up. If he, right when he scouted that dock, if he made a fire ship, just pull that field back or have like the spear set there instead of running around, he would have saved the villager, he would have been at 3 more fishing ships, and he would just be in a good position. But now, he still has the economy lead, by the way. Mercurial has had some idle TC time. He has a lot of farms, but there was no horse color on them. He just got horse color. So I don't think the position is the worst for Mycroft.
For
but
sure.
Still, this is getting tricky. He needs to do damage in feudal.
I think the interesting thing to think about, and a lot of casters I've heard don't talk about this, and maybe I'm just wrong, but where was Mycroft looking when he scouted that dock that he didn't drop the fire? Was he looking at his eco? Was he scouting his opponent? What was so important that he could not contest water back? And I think that, like you said, it's that 100 elo difference of what is more important? Is it my water boom, or is it whatever I've got going on my eco? And we did see the archery range come down and some immediate archers from Mycroft. I don't. Okay, so we had a fire ship finally come out from Mycroft to answer the fire ship from Mercurial, and now I want to see. So Mycroft's going for double fire ship. I think this might be a bit of an overcommit because he doesn't have any fishing ships out. So he's building military to defend something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. He's now investing in Navy, in a demo and 2 fires.
And Mercurial's already massing scouts.
Nothing.
Mercurial's already given up on water. He got what he wanted. He used his one fire ship. He got a lot of value out of it. And now Mycroft is overcommitting while Mercurial booms on land.
Yeah. The thing is, and this comes with the map. This is Mycroft's home map. I'm assuming this is Mycroft's home map. He got to pick the map. He is taking advantage of the extra resources better than Mercurial. He's taking the hunt. He has some spears there. He's taking the berries. Well, Mercurial is, I call it just playing Arabia. He is just playing Arabia right now. I know he made the dock in the fire, but the rest of the things he's doing
is
playing Arabia. And the reason that Mycroft is being able to keep up is because this is not Arabia, and he can take those extra resources.
So I want to address a question from Wartball in the chat. he said, why go scouts as Gujaras instead of camel scouts? I think there's two things to think about. One, there's the cost, and two, what do you want the scouts for against Vietnamese? To take out archers. So, if you want to take out archers, you want to do it as cost effectively as possible, and scouts are going to do that just as well as camel scouts. You also know Vietnamese aren't going to be coming with knights, typically. I don't want to say never, but you also
Good
have
wall.
that was a very good
That was
wall.
a
A
good
good.
wall.
I'm confused because he had a house there. I think he placed it one tile too far to the left, blocking off his gold, and deleted it, and then had a quick wall there again. So that was kind of entertaining. But scouts are going to take out archers just as good as camel scouts for cheaper. So it's exactly as you said. It's all about investment versus what you want to do with the unit.
Yeah. 60 gold as well for like a camel. And the camel scouts are pretty weak. They're a bit like feudal eagles. You could
Yeah.
add one against all-in scouts, but you're really better off, especially at this elo, not really using them. Yeah,
Especially
they
when
produce really slowly.
spearmen do the
Yeah,
same thing for cheaper and with less investment.
yeah.
Um,
I
I
want to say
think
Mercurial's up. Mercurial's farming eco is really kicking in. Mycroft is staying in feudal a bit longer, is investing into Archer, but Mercurial has a window there, and you think, oh, well, maybe Mycroft can come forward with the archers, and then we'll do Kajara's blue. Do Trivamcast.
so. What I want to
That's it.
know
That's the answer.
is why did Mycroft go 2 fire ships and then build no extra fishing ships? And I want to say it's because he's mashing archers and just doesn't have the word economy, but he hasn't refreshed his lumber camp. He's running out of woodline within his walls. He's gonna have to go out soon, and he has nothing on water after investing so many resources into water control. Whereas, like you said, now we're getting to see a free dock on the other lake for Mercurial. Mercurial's taking out scouts left and right. He lost one bill to the scouts from Mycroft, but lost a scout for it. And Mercurial's just everywhere he needs to be at the right time with the right resources.
Can I say I absolutely hate the walls from Mycroft? I said this
Yes,
map is pretty wallable, especially this gen. If you just went to the other woodline and then built the
exactly.
market and the 3 houses on the left, you'd have 2 more woodlines you can take and a ton more space. This doesn't. This just forces you to go out on the rest of the map. I don't know what this is.
I
These are
think
egg walls.
I think
These are
that
egg walls.
let me look at this real quick. Now that you've taught me my new nifty, so
Alt F for one.
he has scouted that woodline. I thought maybe there was
Yep.
some reason he hadn't scouted it, but he knew it was there. I genuinely wonder, is Mycroft just is he rattled? He got contested on water. He's lost his scouts. He's every fight that he's tried to take has been bad. There's now Shravamsha riders coming out. Like,
Hmm.
I think maybe that wall was just I feel exposed and I want to feel safe, and he just wasn't thinking straight for the investment.
Yeah. The dock from Mycroft has gone up, so he's gonna contest that pond. Mercurial's seen it though, queues up the fire, and now the Shrivamchas are forward. They take out the spearmen, and now, well, no, there's still 2 spearmen. Shrivamchas don't do well against spearmen.
No,
But he's attacking the wrong one, and there's no
yep.
forging. Oh,
No
he's gonna take
more
that
no more
kill.
spearmen. There goes a Vil, and there's goes your berries. And with the wood that we are looking at Mycroft's base, with that lumber camp not being refreshed and the lack of woodlines, I don't think he has the ability to add enough farms to make up for the lack of berries. Those Shravamsha riders are going to tear through those palisades, get on that woodline, and we're going to see a wood-starved Vietnamese, which is the worst thing for the Vietnamese to have, is a lack of
Yep.
wood. You want archers, you want farms, you want all these
Hmm.
things, but he's got no woodlines, and it all goes back to how he
Yeah.
chose to wall.
Oh man, look at the archers just standing there on the east of the map. They could have maybe denied that TC, or at least have been annoying. They can't really get in over
Yeah,
there.
I don't love the
That's
choice.
oh
I think
boy.
that this is just another classic case of Mycroft's rattled right now. Um,
He's building a castle though. He's getting a castle up. I
but
hate the castle position.
I was
He
gonna say,
kinda
what
has to
does
do
this
that.
castle? The only good thing about this castle is that it's on a hill. It doesn't give you
It's on a
any
woodline.
resource. It doesn't give you any resource control. I mean, he could have just walled to a back woodline. He has 2 woodlines in the back, 4 houses, a line of stone walls, even just to take those back
Mhm.
woodlines. He didn't need to castle a forward woodline, make his villagers open to raiding,
Mhm.
and this castle could have been used to control that food that he desperately needs as well.
Ooh. Mycroft is killing villagers with the archers forward. He killed a few villagers that were on the wrong side of the wood line, so that's really
Crossbow
nice for him.
does come in for him as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's now building a lumber camp on that wood line, so now he has some wood. But the eco difference, I mean, I know he has one more eco unit, but just the way it's 23 on wood, 6 on food, 0 on gold.
So another thing Bergwin was talking about, you have to play this map almost like Outcrop to play it correctly. You cannot just stay locked up in your base because the resources are out in the world. You need to be adventurous and go be that explorer.
Here come the Thrift on the right. Here come the Thrift to clean up the archers.
Yeah.
Really good unit.
Yep.
Especially in numbers, although they are not doing as well as I thought. +2 just hit. I think the archers are gonna win. The archers with the extra HP get an extra drop.
No, I think they lose. I think it was
close.
just close enough. Oh, he's microing now. Now he wins, yes. If he didn't start microing, I think he loses, but there's more coming in anyways, so it really is it's a cleanup. We're seeing a third TC now for Mercurial. Water control again is given to Mycroft, but I think this is another classic case of Mercurial knows when to stop investing. And now we've got 2 fire ships on each pond for Mycroft, who's not even taking fish because he doesn't have the wood to, and it's just wasted resources. He's contesting, but contesting what? Mercurial didn't invest a lot into a fish boom. He kind of, I almost feel like this dock from Mercurial was a bait.
No, I don't think so. He just wanted some extra eco, isn't getting it. He's like, well, okay, I have a ton of farms. And he does have a ton of farms. Now just getting the farm upgrade. Now we have 2 TCs from Mycroft, but I don't like this play. You're up against the one thing Vietnamese don't do exceptionally well is boom. And I think maybe you want... the shrimps are just gonna miss the TC. But I think you can't just boom against a player that has a better eco setup than you.
For sure.
I think you have to do something else. I think maybe you do a forward castle, maybe a faster imp into like Arbalest.
And the shivs are on
way
there.
more as the shivs get in, and that's gonna be a couple
That's
more.
one. That's 2.
Oh, the bill's on the wall.
Oh my goodness. No. This is so bad for Mycroft. Oh goodness. He wasn't quick enough to delete the walls. He deleted the wrong walls. He's deleted the TC. And that's a lot of ills going down for Mycroft right there. I think another thing important to note is Mycroft is trying to boom against someone who actively has 4 TCs. Mercurial's 4th TC is going up right about now. But that is 4 TCs already up for Mercurial versus 2 TCs, one of which is not at all secure or safe. He's trying to quick wall over here using the university and some houses, but I think that those Shivamsha riders are not going to care. There's nothing deterring them from just going through, and there's more on the way. The numbers are just there for Mercurial with this economy, and he continues to stream them out.
Yeah, and it's not 4 TCs because protection, it's 4 TCs. And he's actually making villagers out of those 4 TCs.
Because he has the eco too.
Either right now. He has 24 farms with heavy plow with wheelbarrow. So he has a really good eco setup, and it feels a bit like the last game where it's close in the beginning, but just a couple of like better fights, better decisions from Mercurial. And now he's gonna snowball that into a win.
Another thing that reminds me of the last game is Mercurial is everywhere. He's on that backwood line with riders. He's on the fires with riders. He's got the TCs everywhere. He knows...
Oh, the villagers from the new TC. He's getting the bills from the new TC. There's a demo.
Oh, goodness. This demo could be huge. Okay, he notices. He's there to micro. I don't understand this TC position from Mycroft, if I'm honest.
Okay. Well,
okay, he got a couple. I don't think
it.
it's enough, though. My question is, why are we investing... We already have the crossbow upgrade. Why are we investing into Rattan archers when their whole big thing is having pierce armor, and we're up against riders?
They're a bit faster as well. I don't hate them. But again, maybe the play was just a faster TC. We're now getting ballistic. But you're still not countering the shivs.
There's nothing to deal with these shivs. And they're gonna keep harassing. You don't have a safe place to drop a 3rd TC that matters. You don't have map control. You're locked in your base. I think part of the reason to go for Rattan archers is the creation speed and the fact that he doesn't have the wood to build extra archery ranges. That could be another part of his decision making there. But again, if this castle was anywhere else, securing those berries, securing a forward gold, securing the middle gold, anywhere but there. That's just... the castle's not doing a lot. I mean, yes, it's protecting that wood line, but you could have done that by walling differently.
I think Mercurial's doing a weird thing. He's fighting the pawn on the right. He's getting War Galley. I think maybe that's not worth it at this point. Just, you have 39 on food.
Yeah, that
Just leave War Galley. Just make more fails and go up to Imp.
Okay, we've got a demo, boom, and that fire's going to take out Mercurial's fire. These riders are in on the wood line. There's a small gap there. He's also going to take out the monk. He does get one conversion off, but this is a huge loss for Mycroft, and this is the third or fourth time that Mycroft has not been able to adequately quick wall or prevent the riders from getting in, and it's just another massacre for the Bills. The Rattan archers come out.
Weapons are just walking
No, why are they just continuing to walk? Oh my goodness. The micro wasn't there. He must have rally pointed them and wasn't looking. Yeah. Oh, this is not great.
Yeah.
Goodness. Oh, goodness.
And now there's more TC foundations for Mycroft, but Mercurial has 47 on food. If he stops producing for a couple minutes, he can just go up to Imp.
This is a castle I like. I don't love it, but I like it because it's at least aggressive. It gives him a forward base. He can drop some stables around, mass some riders, get out some siege, and end this game. I would really love...
I would prefer it in the middle. Like, you can clean up this army with your shrifts.
For sure.
Like, you know that you're going to clean up the army, so I'd prefer it in the middle, a lot of golds, but it's fine.
Like I said, I don't love this castle, but I like it a lot more than Mycroft's castle.
Yeah, definitely.
If I'm not mistaken, you can build in the middle water, correct?
You can. There's two types of terrain. There's the leaves. You can't build on those. And
but you can build directly in the center.
You can build in the middle.
Okay, so there is room for a TC or a castle there.
Yeah, not right on the golds, but close.
Right, it's there. It's close enough. And Mercurio's going to put a mining camp there.
And just now we're seeing pikemen. This pikeman's very late. And once you see pikemen, you have a castle up as Gurjaras, you get to make, in my opinion, once mass, the most fun unit in the game.
And we are talking about the Gujaras, and I'm blanking on their unique unit. Can you remind me?
Crispies.
Ah, yes.
It's so funny.
Oh goodness, this is gonna get so fun. I think the pike is just too little, too late. He's trickling them in. They just, there's enough riders out that Mercurial, again, like last game, knows how to play, knows how to nag at his opponent, and knows how to get under his skin just enough. There's so much resources sitting on the ground in that TC base in the south for Mycroft. I feel like if he just got rid of that and used that wood and stone for something else, maybe. But he's still trickling these pikemen, and even though they're under the castle, it doesn't matter. The riders are going to run in, kill him, and get out. Just like I said, I wanted to see the castle into siege workshops, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. We're also seeing Imp come in for Mercurial. Mycroft nowhere near in a position to do that. If we get Trebs out while Mycroft's stealing castle, it is 100% GG. But I just don't see where Mycroft comes back from this. Riveting commentary.
I'm also messaging with the other players right now, so that's why the silence. Oh, we got Kshatriyas, so now his food units are 25% cheaper, with 55 on food. Mercurial can do whatever he wants. He could go food spearman and he would still win. He got himself to such a good position with the boom, taking control with the shrifts, and yes, we see a lot of tech switches, but you don't need to switch if your opponent is throwing archers into your shrift.
Yeah. I think the important thing to note here is there's just so much eco for Mercurial that's been safe for the entire game. I don't think there's been a moment, besides maybe a Veil Snipe here with 3 scouts, where Mercurial has felt unsafe at home, and that's so important for his mental health, whereas Mycroft has been under stress the entire game, and you have to think about the fact that a stressed mind is a distracted mind, and it's given Mercurial so many moments to just get in, get some key advantages, and get out. And we're seeing armored elephants. I love to see some armored elephants. I love my flesh rams. Get in there, take out that castle, use the riders on the pikemen. I mean, at this point, does it really matter if it's Actually, I wonder if that's enough pikemen to take out these riders. You've got the Rattans, you got the monks, you've got the pikemen.
I think this is a winning fight for the Pikes.
I
Maybe
thought
not. They
so
were
too, but I
downhill.
think they
Oh
got
wow.
they got the elevation there. Those riders are gonna go on the archers. That's gonna be rams, flesh rams on the castle. Those ratons are gonna try and retreat and get some arrows off, but there's so much armor and pierce armor. These are, like I said, flesh rams. The siege elephants don't care that the Raton archers are there, and the riders are going to keep moving around to threaten them. And that castle is going to go down for Mycroft while we see Imperial Age, a Trebuchet, and just a stream of riders coming in for Mercurial.
Yeah.
This is GG for Mycroft.
Uh-huh. Yes, Performers don't have a lot of attack, but the pikemen don't have any upgrades. They have no armor, no forging. You don't need forging, but with no armor, you can still take them out. And yeah, this is just
He needs
total
that
domination for
damage.
Mercurial. Yeah,
It's very
I
interesting to
think
me. So many of the sets we've looked at today have been so one-sided, it feels like, and I wonder if this is just the product of practice.
it's that. It's the first week too. I do think, especially this match, what if he queues up a fire galley? I know we're
At the
going back
start,
40,
yeah.
33 minutes. What if he queues up a fire galley?
The game's totally different at that point.
That's the game.
It
Right there,
really
maybe.
is.
He had an eco lead. He saves his 3 fishing ships. He gets the archers out. Mercurial doesn't damage the eco. Mycroft is castle age earlier. He can get something done with the crossbow.
For sure.
That's the game.
Yeah.
It's small mistakes like that that can cost you a game. Also, I want to point out we've seen sets that are this set. I think is number 4 seed in the group versus number 1 seed in the group. And in the
Interesting.
middle bracket, that doesn't really matter because the elos are really close. Here,
In the
there's a
higher
100 elo
brackets,
gap.
yeah.
Yeah, and we saw the 100 elo gap today.
Well, and it's like we saw with Masty versus
Yeah, that's
uh
nearly 200
Berman.
elo. That's the only bracket that's a bit wonky because we
Yeah.
don't have a lot of high elo players.
But I
Yeah.
mean, it's like you said, going back to the economy straight away, 48k versus 31k. The economy for Mercurial was there. It was used better. I think he knew how to get under his opponent's skin and was able to take this
Mhm.
victory decisively. Um, Very well played by Mercurial. Very interesting to me that day one we've seen entirely only 2-0 sets. I wonder if that will continue into this evening when we cast our low elo match in the militia bracket, which I am extremely excited for. But
I do want to say one last point because Mycroft might also watch. I think the strategy he used on this map, the Dark Age, the way he built up, I prefer that over Mercurial strategy. I think
yes,
it's better if he defends the water. He's in a way better spot.
I
Then Mercurial dropped a ton of farms. Like I said, he's playing Arabia. Mycroft just protects there. Then he took the extra berries. His eco's in a way better spot to do damage at that point.
For sure. And I definitely agree with that. I think that going to water quickly like that is always the play on a spiral generation like this. You don't get a generation with wood water right on your TC and don't take advantage of it. But Mercurial just played better in the late game. And like you said, the turning point was literally Mycroft not seeing the dock, even though he scouted it, not queuing that fire ship and getting behind from there, investing resources that he could have had on land, and that just tanked his economy going forward. The walls not on the wood lines, all these things are all products of the pressure Mercurial was putting on him. And it's so important, it's so easy to say from the outside, oh, why would he wall like that? Why didn't he queue the fire ship? But we don't know what he's looking at because he's so stressed under the pressure of Mercurial's
Mhm.
masterful rating.